like many things on Facebook.
I am so glad you are here. It is alive on Wednesday, April 8th, 2026. Let's let those Instagram people in the door. There they are. And look, I have Ravenwolf with me. Yay!
Other hand.
Let's talk though about what we're drinking, what we're wearing. I have two beautiful pieces for you guys to peruse. Look at these little moons with what I'm assuming is a kyanite and this little faceted labradorite, which means, it will give different rainbowy things and different lights. Love these pieces. Sterling silver, get your sterling silver while you can, folks. The price has tripled. So the next time I order jewelry, it really might not be silver anymore. Even this guy has been doing nothing but silver jewelry for decades, and he is looking into alternatives. So be warned. And if you love silver jewelry, snag what's here while it's here. And that's true everywhere. I'm also drinking my lovely, gorgeous tea. I've got astragalus and ashwagandha today. A little rose hips because it's sweet and nice.
Okay.
And I've got some burdock. And I'm sure I put another gem in here I'm not thinking of, but that's okay. Delish. So what is going on? Well, there's some exciting things to talk about. And in fact, that's one of the reasons Ravenwolf is here. He's going to talk about an event coming up this Saturday. But the first event on Saturday is going to be the Alliance Covens. I like to call it their 102 class. So this one's not open to the public, but if you would like to check out the folks who lead the Alliance Coven and just shake a hand, see what you think of them as people, show up around 2 as they're closing up. And you can strike up a conversation and see if maybe you want to come to their free 101 class when that starts up this autumn. At 3:30 on Saturday, the first installation of Tea and Tarot.
For sure.
BYOT. Bring your own tea. And it's a by donation class, just so you know. Tea and Tarot is going to be taught by a couple of our regular tarot readers, including the illustrious Ravenwolf. And we'll get into that in a little bit.
Sure.
It's going to be a fabulous class. Very exercise driven, as I recall, and a lot of fun.
Interactive.
And a lot of interaction. I like that. Sunday, Reiki 2. If you're ready for it, you can sign up and take your Reiki 2 to continue your fabulous Reiki journey. At 3 on Sunday the 12th, we have the container magic class. This one's, if I recall correctly, is going to involve fairy houses as container magic. So come check that out. That is also a by donation class. I should say too that Herbalism Year 1, we're killing it. We're having a great time on Tuesday nights. That will probably become Herbalism Year 2 next year. Herbalism Year 3, we are having such a good time on Wednesday nights. That's going to be tonight. If you are interested in studying the magic, psychology, medicine of herbs, join us for Year 1, probably Wednesday nights, starting this fall. Saturday the 18th at 2 o'clock, journey into magical practice. That is a delightful class and a pure visual feast. The setup they do is extensive. They've done, I guess, Egyptian and Wiccan for the setup. They're doing a different one this time. I don't want to spoil anybody's surprise or fun, but hey, register for that if you're interested. That's a completely free event, by the way. Sunday the 19th at 10, 2 hours before we open, we have a 1-hour class on British traditional Wicca. And that one's always fun. We've just about run through our conversation topics. I have to say, we're having fun. We're getting to the papers. It's going to be a good time. There are also full moons. So that'll be coming up early next month. At 12 on Sunday the 19th, Reiki 1. If you want to start that fabulous Reiki journey and you want that teacher-student experience to be in person, this is a great class for you. And at 4 on Sunday the 19th, the Cancer and Chronic Illness Support Group is meeting. That's led by Jessica Settergren. She has been through cancer herself and is still, of course, on that journey because it never ends. You're constantly getting rechecked. She is in remission, I'm happy to report. You can check out her support group. If you have a chronic illness, it's perfect for you, especially if maybe you've had a hard time dealing with the available chaplaincy services wherever it is you are going for those things. She's kind of covered the not standard religion folks really well in her book on the subject and in this chronic illness and support group. The 25th, Saturday, the last Saturday of the month. Again, Alliance Coven is having their 102 class at noon, and at 3, Magical Astrology. This has been our astrologer's best series. This is a buy donation class. Folks love this one.
Fun.
Good. And on the 26th, the following day on the Sunday, there's a Reiki share. So if you're a Reiki 1, 2, or 3, and you just want to chat Reiki, trade Reiki services, this is the spot to do it. And at 4, Eshu, who should be back from his yucky health issues right now. He's got a lung thing going on that's just awful. He should be back to teach Palmistry 101. If he's not, I'll give you a rip roaring tour. I can do it, but I love that he teaches it. So hopefully he'll be healthy and back. We love that. Speaking of readers like Ravenwolf and Eshu, Eshu will be out for the week, I expect, at least because of his illness. So sometimes we'll have subs. Sometimes if there's a spare staff member, 3 of the staff, including myself, have auditioned to be readers here and passed their auditions. 2 of those 3 people, not me, started actually as readers and then transitioned to staff, and both of them decided they couldn't do both. So we will all pinch hit if you need one, provided there's someone else to watch the floor and ring out other people. If we're alone, sorry, it's not fair because someone will interrupt that reading 10 minutes in and it's just awful.
True.
So, but our normal schedule today, normally Eshu would be here all day long. He is not. Now, are you or Daryl planning on stopping by? I can't recall.
Not today.
Not today. So Liz and I know I'm Liz, but there's another one. Liz and I will both be here. We're both vetted as readers. We can cover you at least up until 2 o'clock if you want a reading today. And then I'm on my own, so I can't. Sorry.
For sure.
Thursday, normally we would start the day with Eshu. Are you going to be in early?
I'll come in a little early.
You're going to come in a little early for that. So normally you'd be here at 3 tomorrow, but you'll come in a little before that and stay with us, which is delightful.
Thank you.
Friday, you're here from 1 to 4.
Correct.
Doing tarot. And then Daryl will be in from 4 to 6 with his Oracle set. If you've not seen his set, he made the deck himself. It's a great deck.
For sure.
Are either of you doing this Saturday?
No.
Okay, so there will not be a reader on hand, although Liz will be here, and she, not me, the other one, she can give readings during that time if you really want one, from noon to 3, but Margaret will be here from 3 to 6, and I notice you guys love her.
She's good.
She's very good. Just does tarot. Sundays is normally Eshu. So again, I can pinch hit. If none of the guys are here, that's all good. Monday, Daryl will be back with his Oracle deck from noon to 2, and then Morpheus will be doing dream interpretation for the rest of the day. He's very good at it. Highly recommended. You've got a dream you've been puzzling over and that the internet and the books are just not fitting. He'll have the right interpretation for you. He's really good at it. And on Tuesday, you'll be back from noon to 3, and Daryl will be back from 3 to 6. Doing his Oracle deck readings. So we look forward to Eshu being healthy and hale and hearty and ready to come back, but we wish him all the best while he's out sick. Now for fun stuff. I grabbed a few things from downstairs that are going to get relisted. So before they get relisted, I thought I'd let you guys know. This is an old book on psychic abilities. It's called Psychism. It's a $50 book, honestly. The Analysis of Things Existing. Essays.
What a great title.
This is the 2nd edition, I will have you know. It was popular enough it had to be printed twice, and it's from 1899. I just think that's fun.
Turn of the last century.
Yes. And then this cute book, clearly I think written probably for women, called Representative Men. If you want to, and we don't even know what this is going to list for yet, if you want to get into what people thought manhood was, gosh, and this was written by a delightful man,
Of course.
Ralph Waldo Emerson. You might have heard of him. I'm trying to see what year this was done. It's not going to say.
He's transcendental.
It's old enough that it's not going to tell me what year it was done. But around the same era as Psychism, so around 1900-ish, give or take. And then if you're looking for something a little more modern, I have for you, and this one's, we don't have a price on this one yet. I've seen it listed as high as $60, and this one's in pretty good shape, but this is The Silent Power. So this is just a selection of essays from a larger work, a couple larger works. But if you want to get into philosophy, some of the more Eastern thoughts on religion. This is going to take you into India very nicely. And then, of course, the classic Secrets of Voodoo.
Ooh.
You can see how silly, stereotypical it is, and you can see how well researched it is, both. So it is about tracing the development of these powers, these symbols, these signs, and it's actually pretty well done. I got to be honest.
Cool.
It's pretty good. Now for new stuff, I think I showed this one off before, but it's so cute. I thought I'd bring it back for you guys. This is real tiger's eye carved into a little bottle with a little stopper. Comes with a little plastic pipette so you can fill the little jar, and it screws shut so you know it's sealed when it's shut. And it comes on a little necklace chain. I just think they're adorable. Yeah, we had to say goodbye to the fire wand yesterday by probably Daryl. So he left us this one, which is a more Reiki-based, more Reiki-inspired wand.
Ooh.
As always, it comes with a little permanently affixed jar. The box is oak and handmade. It's lined with leather so that your wand has a comfortable little ride. And look at that beauty.
Whoa.
Isn't that gorgeous? Hemp twine,
Look at
a
those
little bit
colors.
of clay. So pretty. So yeah,
Chakra colors.
chakra colors. You got them. Just a very nice little box
Oh my gosh.
for a very nice little wand. It's even got these little corner details on the lid.
Quality.
Definitely. And a new release that has come in by Rhonda Kukendall Jabari is Burn and Brew Rituals. Incense and tea. What a nice thought.
There you go.
Have some fragrant, delicious tea and burn some wonderful incense while you do it. So kind of goes through the house, kind of sets you up for fun rituals that are calm and casual and simple and just kind of fun. Who doesn't want a little tea?
Very relatable.
Yeah. Not like we're going to have tea and tarot
No,
soon
No.
at all. No.
a couple of days.
Yeah. And so now, yes, it is time to discuss the joys of tea and tarot. So
Yes.
you have been a reader with us for tarot for a little while now.
Oh, a couple of, what, almost
Yeah,
two?
almost 2 years. It's been fun.
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed it. And you're here a
It's
whole
gone
bunch of
quickly.
days a week.
Yeah.
Yes. And looking forward to more. And you teach a number of classes just because I say, could you teach a class on?
X, yeah.
So you've been a wonderful teacher. And you are part of what's heading up the tea and tarot.
Yeah. Starting it.
Starting it. The first 2 months, you're going to be the teacher,
Correct.
right? Okay.
Then we'll alternate after that.
Yes, that sounds good. It'll be you and Margaret at some point. But tell us what you're planning for this Saturday.
Well, for this
tea and
Saturday,
tarot.
I happen to bring my bag of tarot
Yay!
that I bought here at Magus. There's the product placement, right?
Yes, right. The fabulous bag. I'm not wearing a scarf, so we have that.
So this is not exactly product placement, but it is a deck that we're going to look at. Well, I got to
That's
go
right.
that
Yeah,
way.
gotta go
A
backwards.
Golden Tarot. This is an interesting deck. I heard about it on NPR of all places. Kat Black, who did it, is an art historian. And their question to her is, why did you use Romanesque paintings to do these tarot decks? What she did is she collaged how can we get this without? There we go. She did a whole bunch of collages with different pieces from different, well, let's see if we can go from the front here. There we go. Different paintings, bringing all the elements together in a traditional 78 card deck. It looks like an ancient version of Rider-Waite, really.
Yep.
She follows that pattern pretty well. And what is interesting about these is that she also has put in here every painting that is used
nice.
and what it refers to. And of course, the traditional, very small grouping of what the meanings are. So you can get that too. And you can see my dog has loved on this. You can see the edge. I love this deck. And the reason I love it today is in the NPR interview, she was asked, why Romanesque? I'm sorry, but Romanesque is flat. There's no perspective. To be blunt, it's probably the ugliest of about 1,000 years of European art. Why did you choose this? They asked on NPR, and her answer was brilliant. And that's what made me buy the deck. She said, Well, the Romanesque period was a time of chaos and death. And she said, and we're in that time now. So I decided to produce this deck. And, she did this deck maybe 10, 12 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
So she was prescient to what has happened in our society. I love this deck. We're going to be featuring a different deck every time, but we urge you to bring your deck, and we're going to have deck show and tell also for
nice.
people to talk about the decks they bring.
Nice.
So that'll be interesting. And the format of the class will be that we will basically go over a deck, a spread, and then we will use that spread to read for each other during our time together. I do have one other thing. Do we have time?
Oh, we have time. We have loads of time. We can get downright philosophical.
Oh, this is philosophical. You're going to love it. Brainiac, it actually goes back to my version of how I read tarot. I do 1, 3, 5, 7, and 10 card readings. Don't do 10 very often. They're exhausting. And no one should have one of those more than once or twice a year, because it is overkill. You can't use that to say, where's my lost dog? It's really about a life direction. But anyway, this is called, can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
The Kabbalistic Tree of Life. Is that? No, it's upside down. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, we had the world upside down there. This is actually a cloth I think I bought here at some point. And what it is it has the 10 Sephiroth of the Tree of Life. What does that mean? Well, really, the 10 Sephiroth are energy centers, and they sort of, in a rough way, correspond to chakras, 1 through 7. But you have these little, and this is Kabbalistic Jewish thought, you have these kind of balancing things on either side that qualify like a chakra would, but it's a dualistic system. What I wanted to point out was there really are some correspondences here to the human condition, the human being, being that we all have 7 chakras and we have energy centers in our body. So what I try to do is if I only do one card, I do the heart, right? That's the important part, right? Heart is important. The 3 really corresponds, 3 reading to the cauldrons in Celtic tradition. And I would call it mind, spirit, motivation, and then down at the bottom would be relationships and result. So you could do a 3 reading card. We're not going to do more than one type. We'll probably do the 3 this time. 1 card readings is pretty much one and done, but we'll do 3 card readings this next time. Then in future months, we'll do 5 and 7 and 10, and you'll get to hear and see what that feels like. And my whole rationale is as within, so without, as without, so within, because according to Kabbalistic thought, at least, the universe is shaped this way. And so are we.
Yeah.
And when we get ourselves in tune with ourselves and with the universe, we're connected and we have a much better life.
Yeah.
And so that's how I do tarot.
Yeah. And much better life doesn't necessarily mean more financially successful or more successful in love. It means more in tune with who you are. That can be that stereotypical story of I'm leaving my Wall Street job to bake mini muffins for a living because this is what I've always dreamed of. It happens. It could mean you stop baking mini muffins for a living and you become a Wall Street tycoon too. It's up to you.
That's true. That's true. The one thing it does mean, though, is that you are connected to the reality around you.
Yeah.
You're not disconnected or apart from, you're a part of. And it's part of my larger mission in life. I'm in recovery from alcoholism. And really, recovery is not about recovering from something. It's about recovering to something, which is that connectedness. So that's how I do things.
Yeah.
Basically.
Well, and I think that's true for a lot of people. When you have to deny yourself of a basic part of who you are, you spend time finding coping mechanisms, whether that's I'm going to play golf every weekend and I don't care about my marital relationship, or I'm going to turn to a substance that I will then overuse and abuse to the detriment of my entire life, because you don't want that life. That's
This is true.
part of the underlying motivation to those things is this isn't actually where I want to be. Well, then get out and go where you need to be.
And to bring it back to tarot,
Yes.
really what we're doing when we read cards is reading the person.
Yeah.
And I actually, unlike some readers, I want my clients to touch the cards. This is
Mhm.
not
Yeah.
a hands-off thing. This
Yeah.
is, I want you to shuffle them because
Yep.
then you put your energy in and the cards respond. And it's
Yes.
also my working theory, because I'm an animist, that the cards are living, just like everything is living, including computers, believe it or not. So that I think at the end of the day, that conversation is between the cards and you, and I'm sort of the intermediary that gets to sit and enjoy the conversation.
Yeah.
So you're really doing your own reading every time, and I try to tell people that, not be afraid of it, because it isn't something exterior to yourself. It's actually an insight into who you are as a person. And then if you learn about who you are as a person, you can have a better life.
And I tend to agree with you. I like the person to shuffle and cut the cards last. Their influence should be the last influence that touches the cards. Now, I know there are readers who don't want anyone to touch their cards, and I have complete respect for that. That doesn't bother me in the least. But for me personally, yeah. And the crass way I will say it is, you shuffled them, you cut them, it's your fault.
Bad reading, bad shuffling. Yeah.
There's no, although I was also trained, there are no bad readings.
There are no bad cards. Even
no bad cards.
My birth card, which is the 3 of Swords.
Oh.
When I found that, I was like, gods, why did you do this to me? And then I realized, I looked at the alchemical deck, and it's 3 swords, piercing a heart, and of course, causing blood to come out.
Yep.
The blood in the alchemical deck waters the mystic rose. Yeah. So that there is, out of all the stuff that happens in our lives, there's always a fruitfulness if we let that happen. So
that would be analogous to being Odin.
There you go.
Hanging upside down.
Yep. World tree.
Yeah.
So same thing.
Those little sacrifices we all make. And I think every good symbolic system, religious system has a place where that kind of sacrifice is exemplified, because I think it's part of life. You go to that movie because your partner really likes that movie.
I'll get popcorn.
And to be honest with you, part of what I liked when I would go see a comedy that was a little more gross than I would enjoy is watching my partner laugh. There was nothing better to me in the world than watching them burst out laughing out loud.
That's a good thing.
It's a joyous thing. So it's not that I'm not going to like the movie. It's I'm going to find the thing that I like about the situation, and I'm going to enjoy that. The movie was fine. Each and every one of them were fine. Mm-hmm. Some of them were funny to me. Some of them were not funny to me at all. Never. Sorry, Uncle Stephen. I'm never going to be a big fan of Beavis and Butthead. He wasn't a fan.
Oh my God.
He was an artist.
No.
And I'm not a physical comedy kind of person, so yeah.
I would have a hard time finding anything about Beavis and Butthead to like.
But watching them watch it was so amazing. It was so funny.
Well, it goes back to, how do you deal with situations in your life? You can focus on them and get obsessed with them, or you can let them arise and fall, like Buddhist teaching is. It's here, but guess what? It's not going to be here forever. It's like Cadbury cream eggs. It's a limited time only. After Easter, they go on sale and they disappear. And that enables us to not only enjoy fully the things that happen to us that are good, but also to deal with the things that aren't so good. And can I make another like cross plug?
Yeah.
Okay. What I discovered, I took the Reiki 1 and 2, and all of a sudden after Reiki 1 and 2, my eyes got open. And then sometime a few months later, I suddenly realized, wait, Reiki and tarot are really about the same energy.
Yes, they are.
They're not about two different energies. They're about two different ways of accessing and approaching and reading that energy. And when I realized that, it made both of my experiences richer. In fact, I did Reiki session a couple of weeks ago for a woman who was undergoing cancer surgery. And one of the things is, what card are we going to choose to represent this situation? And we said the Strength card, and then somebody had to go ruffle around and find a deck, and you're not going to believe what card was on top. The Strength card.
Nice.
So it was like, okay, universe, you're telling us this is the right card. So I am so thankful to have the ability to help people in that way, and also help myself. I do a daily card pull for myself I don't think it's a case where, the physician who treats himself has a fool for a patient. But I do think there's benefit to having a third party look at things for you.
Yeah.
Same thing with Reiki. You had the energy.
Yeah.
You need help to access it.
Yeah.
Same thing with the card reading. It's really about helping people see themselves.
And it's not that you can't do it for yourself, it's that it can be easy in certain points in anyone's life to fool yourself about the outcome or the access.
Sure.
And it pays to periodically just check in with another professional.
Yep.
At some point, check in with that other Reiki practitioner. Get a tarot reading every once in a while if you're a tarot reader. It's a good idea.
Reality check.
Yeah.
That's why I like reading for each other. In fact, Daryl did a reading for me. Actually, we were just waiting for something to happen, and he was showing me the cards. And all of a sudden, because I hadn't seen him before, and all of a sudden his deck started doing a reading, and we're like, and it was spot on. And he had no idea what he was referring to, but he was pulling it out of the ether, which is basically how we do things.
Yeah.
It exists in the ether and out in this universe of ours, and we just basically access it. And it's not like filing cabinets. I always thought Akashic records were filing cabinets, and you go in and you open it. Here's the file. No, it's energy. It's really reading that energy.
It really is. Yeah. And I think it's funny that your reading with him echoed his audition with me, because you have to you have to audition to be here. And I have no idea what this is about. He kept saying, but that's a really harsh card. I don't understand. And I just keep my mouth shut, because my job, if you're auditioning, is to be a tough read.
Right.
I don't
You're not going to reveal. No tells.
Cues.
No tells.
No tells if I can help it. And I'm pretty good at that, which disturbs some folks. But the reading was spot. I had to tell him later, just because I had to put him out of his misery. That was clearly a reference to the fact that my husband's been dead for just over a year. And he went, oh, okay. Now it all suddenly locked in and made sense to him, but without the details of the life. You have to be a very good reader.
Yeah. Well, it's supra-rational. It's beyond reason, but that doesn't mean it's unreasonable. It just means it's beyond. And that goes back to my diagram of human existence: spiritual, intellectual, motivational, and relational. And until you get all three of those in line, just like your chakras, it's going to be a tough ride.
It is a tougher ride. Yeah. Yeah. And that just because you figured it out today, by the way, does not mean it doesn't shift 5 years from now.
It's daily.
And you need a completely different thing. And there's nothing wrong with that either.
Yep. Things change.
Yeah. Check in with other folks. Make sure you're not completely off your own rocker. I can definitely think of instances where someone said, if everybody in this room tells me I'm crazy, then I'll know I'm off. Eventually, everybody in that room did tell that person that they were crazy. And they had some things to deal with.
There you go.
So it turned out their life was not quite in alignment anymore. Had it been? Absolutely.
Yep. The best thing about this class is you do not need to have read tarot at all before. You do need to bring a deck. I will have a few decks, but I won't have enough to give everyone a loaner deck. So please bring it, or buy one,
or
here.
One here.
I do have one other deck I wanted to show.
Yeah, please show it off.
And this is one you can get here.
All right.
I'm not sure that they're not sold out because it's very popular, but it's a variation on the Rider-Waite-Smith.
Yep.
It's
my favorite variation.
I always call it the Wiser deck.
Yeah.
Wiser, however you want to do it. What is unique about this deck, and I think this is why people resonate, is the people in here are not all white European males.
Yep.
There are all kinds of people of color. And also, speaking of color, the colors are vibrant.
Yeah.
They're sometimes a Rider-Waite-Smith deck will get a little washed out, or it will be garish.
Yeah.
It's like there's no middle ground.
Yeah.
This is the middle ground, people.
Mm-hmm.
It's really well done. I think we have some copies of this.
We do. We have that and the new mini version as well.
There's a mini version.
There's a mini version.
Oh, guess what? We're going to go ring it up when we get out of here. I wanted that. I didn't realize they did
that's
that.
out. Not only that, but they've also come out with a tarot journal that features this deck.
Ooh.
That has stickers of the deck at the back. So you can, if your draw for the day and you're journaling it is a particular card, you can go find the sticker, put that in, and then write your journal entry.
Okay.
And if you run out of stickers, it's okay because they have a sticker book too.
No, they have a
They
sticker.
just have a sticker
They
book.
know cross marketing. Okay. I have a story to tell. My ex-mother-in-law worked at Herberger's, and I used to mock her because she always spent her salary at Herberger's because she got a discount. Guess what? That has continued to happen here. And this woman single-handedly has fed my tarot card addiction for 2 years.
It's all good.
And you know what? There's new decks all the time.
Yes.
Some are a little more, how shall I say it, spread worthy than others.
Yes.
But I think we do a good job of curating and trying to get the ones in that actually are helpful.
Yeah. I like most of the decks we have, and there's one I won't reorder, even though I should, because I hate it. It was in a James Bond movie. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
an ugly deck. I just don't like it. I don't think it's a good deck. I don't think it works well. But these stickers are available. And the thing I like about the stickers of that particular deck is that if you want to do spell work and there's a tarot card that is the perfect focus, you have it as it's a tiny little sticker, but you can use that then as a visual
You
representation.
don't have to break a deck. I love it.
Use that
I
sticker.
love it. Oh gosh. Okay, we're getting that.
I think it's a great tool. The journal's fun if you like to journal, but the sticker book I think is also phenomenal if you're into that stuff. And you can, if you need a deck for tea and tarot this Saturday, you can probably still pick up a mini tarot deck, because when we went to Paganicon, we repped the publisher, Red Wheel Wiser. And so they sent us 4 boxes of decks and a box of catalogs, which I set out on the table for where little bits of paper went for everybody to grab at. They were gone in a day.
I bet.
They were going very fast. But they sent us kids' books that are phenomenal. And we sold a copy of everything at a minimum. We sold out of a few.
Cool.
But everything we brought back, I went, well, we sold them, so I'm going to keep them. I'm going to keep the whole order instead of sending anything back. So we've got these wonderful books kind of scattered throughout the shop because it's a bunch of different categories. But the Wiser sticker book, the tarot journal, the decks, those are all here because of Big Anacon. So I'm so looking forward to getting back on the wheel with those guys and using this as our kickoff for that.
Well, it's a great idea, especially because I think their philosophy of publishing is similar to your philosophy of store, which is broad and a lot of different streams in the same river that all relate to Judaism, Christianity, Buddhism, Wicca. All of these things really relate to each other. And that's what I like about this.
Yeah.
This store really has all those streams in it and more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the whole point is religious exploration. It's to let you figure out how your spirituality is best embraced in religious practice. And that can mean that you end up combining a few weird things that nobody else would have thought to combine. It can mean you follow one path happily. It can mean you spend 5 years exploring and then go back to Mother Temple or church.
With a lot of gifts that you didn't have before.
Yes. And a surety that you can't have without exploration.
For sure.
I'm all for exploration. Sorry. In fact, I have to admit, I did not raise my child in any particular religion, and that was on purpose. That was a conscious choice because I think this is an adult's decision, not a childhood indoctrination thing. And I know I'm weird for that, but that's okay.
No, you're wise for that. Wiser. For sure.
So that, and what can I say? This is a future maybe, we might be doing a children's story corner on Sundays coming up in the future.
Oh, that would be great.
All of these wonderful books. So you might see that happening once in a while on a Sunday. So be on the lookout if you're somebody with a younger child who would like to have story time for 20 minutes or so. We'll have a storybook or two.
Does that mean we can have a rug in here eventually? Maybe?
Possibly. I've got a company I'm working with that does little rugs. Okay. But we also have the yoga mats.
Oh, there you go. We already have the floor.
Yeah, so we can always make the floor softer with yoga mats.
Great.
And I think that's true if you're meditating in here. I think that's true if you're doing ritual in here personally. By all means, if you're going to wind up sitting on the floor or laying on the floor, grab a yoga mat. They have been sanitized to within an inch of their little lives. So never worry.
Good cause. Good cause.
Well, I hope lots of folks come
I hope so too.
Tea and Tarot.
More the merrier.
This Saturday, as I recall, 3 or 3:30.
3:30 to
3:30.
5:30.
3:30 to
We'll
5:30.
probably get done a little early, but
Okay.
we say 5:30.
So 3:30 until you want to run over to Francis and have a
There
vegan
you
burger
go. There you
or
go.
one of the other local restaurants. Sounds like the perfect start to a date night.
It does.
Come in the latter part of the afternoon, have some fun with Taro, go out to dinner, and then maybe go see a movie or something.
That does sound good.
It could be fun.
Great Saturday.
Yeah, a great Saturday. Well, we are almost to the end of our time, and I feel like this is a good moment. So I'm going to say thank you all for being your amazing magical yous. We all love that about you here at Megas Books, and on behalf of myself and the rest of the staff, all the readers, thank you so much for all the magical things you do, and of course for the little tiny magical things you can do here in social media land. Ooh, I know you know what they are. Go ahead and hit that little like button.
There you go.
It's easy, I promise. Costs you nothing but that little motion. In the meantime, have a wonderful week, and I hope we get to see you here at the shop in Minneapolis. We're at 2520 Central Avenue Northeast, or online at megasbooks.com. That's right. Both of those words jammed together. Both those words have an S on the end. Don't forget. Megas Books. We sell more than one book.
But no dot.
But no dot. Megasbooks.com. That's it. That's the whole thing.
Great.
Hope we see you all soon. And in the meantime, have a wonderful week and